Hello people of the world. All right, it's been like way too long since I've made a video. It's been like a month. So yeah, I felt really called to make a video today. I kind of don't know what I want to talk about. What's today? I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm like, I don't even know what I want to talk about today, but I'm just gonna make a video because I feel like it. I kind of want to talk about fear, which I feel like I've already talked about this in videos, but this like fear thing just keeps resonating. This fear that people are stuck in right now is just insane. Fear. I feel like our world is run by fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear is created in your mind. It's not real because it's just an emotion. It's a feeling. It's what we attach to situations. We are not born with fear. We are taught fear. It's just fear. What is it? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's just like, I don't understand. I guess I'm currently living in another dimension. I call it 5D, where I create my own reality. I wake up every day and I tell myself the day that I want to have. I'm happy, I'm blessed, I live in gratitude, I live in abundance, and things keep magically happening for me. Healing again is a super ugly process. Fear is like the thing that keeps us back from truly being happy or being at peace in our lives. Fear. When people die, the thing that they regret most is not living, is just existing on this planet, is just, I didn't do enough. I should have did this. I should have taken chances. And people are so afraid, and we're afraid because that's what we've been taught to do by the government, society, culture, our parents, everyone around us. I freaking went and got my nose pierced 3 days ago because I felt like getting my nose pierced. I've been wanting to get my nose pierced for years, but I'm so busy listening to everyone around me and worrying and fearing what will people think, and I'm too old to get piercings, I'm too old to get tattoos, you're not too anything. Do whatever the heck you want to do, whatever age you want to do it at, because there is no, you're only in a box that you place yourself in, or you're in a box that other people place you in, and that's what you tell yourself every day. So fear is not real. I'm sorry if people watch this video and they get upset, that's okay. I actually just went through my YouTube videos and I just see a lot of like nasty comments and like I'm crazy, which in a way I kind of do feel crazy because I'm happy every day. I'm at peace during, the craziest time in history where everyone is depressed and figuring things out, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. Not saying my life is perfect in any way. There's things that definitely go wrong, and I've been struggling with my own family right now, which is super hard for me. I'm an empath, I'm a light worker, I'm like a deep soul, so things upset me and I cry a lot, but I will not let fear control my life, where for the past 10 years, maybe more, I let fear stop me from doing the things that I love to do. And now I'm doing all those. We fear, will this person like us? We fear, will we get this job? Will we have the money? What's gonna happen if I go outside? Oh my God, things might get stolen. We're so in our own heads and the ego that we really don't even listen to ourselves. Like we can't quiet that chatter of our mind. And that's where like meditation and yoga and plant medicine and things come into play to help you. I've, really come to a place where I have a lot of power over my thoughts and not being reactive. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I had a situation a couple weeks ago where I reacted, someone triggered me, and I was very reactive. And I came home and I had to cry and heal and think about why I got triggered and where the fear came from. And the fear came from probably, I feel like this is probably the biggest fear, abandonment. Our inner abandonment issues from our childhood. We all fear of being alone, not worthy, not being heard. We fear, but I am not gonna live in fear. I'm gonna stand in my power and stand up for what I believe is right. And unfortunately, that's gonna piss a lot of people off, and it has. It's pissed a lot of like masculine energies more than anything. I've had a lot of females coming to me, but I've been pissing off, seems like, a lot of masculine energies lately, because this world is so masculine driven. It's so ego. It's so money, power, divide and conquer. Let's fight. Let's ready to go to war. Let's get all our guns and let's don't do this and women can do it. This is our world, and that's all breaking down right now. The world is feminine. The universe is female. Females birth everything. So the feminine, we flow. We're natural. When you're wounded in your feminine, you don't know yourself. You don't know how to speak your truth. You're afraid. You're afraid of being judged, of people leaving you, of people abandoning you. But the only person that it should fear abandonment is you abandoning yourself. When you go along with something, whatever people say, or you don't speak up, or I was always afraid of confrontation. My father was very verbally abusive. I always chose partners that were verbally abusive. Thankfully, never physically abusive, but I always went for people that modeled my father. Verbal abuse. Words are my drug of choice. And I've literally been abused by men verbally my entire life. And you know what? I'm not going to stand for that anymore. I'm going to stand up for myself. And yes, that takes being uncomfortable. And I say this all the time. Growth never came from a comfortable place. You want to stay stagnant and be miserable? Stay there. Or you want to grow, but it's going to force you to get uncomfortable. And sometimes that means having uncomfortable situations, standing in your power and facing people that are living in the ego-driven mind. And that's much of our world. And the sad thing is like, we're all in this together. We're all one consciousness. The world, I've been watching way too much Gaia lately, but it's just crazy to see that we really are here to be a collective and like help each other. This whole war and turning each other against each other with racism and homophobia and whatever else pisses you off. Like, you have to see why do those things piss you off? Why does anything piss you off? Like, why are you living your life in fear? What happened in your childhood or in your past or that made you go into this fear mode? Children are magical creatures. My best friend talks about this, and it's pretty crazy because if you think about it, children's minds are like people on psychedelics. They're literally happy all the time. They're always fun, living free, and then social conditioning and the media and everything gets stuck in these kids' minds, and they're taught not to be magical. And then we grow up in adults and we have anxiety and depression and we're OCD and we're this and we're that. And it's like, you're not born with that. You're not born with fear. You're born with love. And the journey is to return back to love, to face your fears and rise and return back to love, because that's what you're born with and that's what you are. And that's why babies and pets, they always bring us so much joy. I'm looking at Bentley passed out on my bed with his tongue in his mouth like that. They have this magical way about them that you just are happy around them. And it's because they haven't been conditioned by the world and brainwashed with fear. I don't want to live my life in fear anymore. I lived my life in fear for many years, and I definitely chose to come here to take on depression and suicide and anxiety and hurt and feelings of unworthiness and all these horrible things, which most people feel these things at one point in their life or another. But I am healed in many ways. The journey of healing is never over. But I've faced these demons and shadows of where this fear comes from. And like you said, it's mostly we fear being alone. We fear abandonment issues. We model our parents. My parents got divorced. They remarried each other. They got divorced again. My dad, I don't talk to him. yes, people go through things in their lives, and unless we release the trauma, you will be living in fear the rest of your life. And let me tell you, it's not fun. I look back and I can't believe how many years I've wasted to fear. I wasn't singing. I wasn't doing the creative projects. I wasn't being a businesswoman that I am now. I'm a boss. Like, I work for myself. I work from home. I'm starting my own retreats. I have my first retreat. I'm a healer. I'm getting my master's in Reiki. I'm getting an EFT cert. There's so many things that I am doing now that I always wanted to do, but I didn't because of fear. Because the little voice in your head that says, no, you can't do it. Or someone telling me, you know, you're getting older and you can't do it, and the money, and you need to have money to survive, and whatever you tell yourself, that's what your brain is gonna think. And I'm sorry to say that you can rewire your brain. You can wake up tomorrow and maybe today you're overweight, you eat meat, and you are a straight person, and you're, I don't know, living in California. Tomorrow you move to New York, you decide you're bisexual, you decide that you're vegan. You have the power to change your life at any moment. You really do. I'm sorry. No one has the power but you. And when you get out of this victim mentality role, that's where the magic happens. But you have to stop playing the victim. And the victim role really is poor me, well, this happened to me, and this is why I am the way that I am, and it's never gonna change, and you know, my mom died, or when I was younger, or my dad walked out on me, or whatever your story is. We all have a story. Like, we all have a reason why we are the way that we are. But at the end of the day, unless you really wanna live in peace and harmony and really be happy, you have to face those things and you have to release them. And that looks different for everyone else. Everyone's healing process is different. It looks different for everybody else. And I have to say, unless you really want to heal, you will be stuck in that forever. And I know, because I was personally stuck there for so long, playing that role. And it's hard for me now. I try to be, you know, as empathic and compassionate with people, but I kind of can remove myself from the situation. And every healer has told me the same thing. No one can want it but you. I can't save you. I can't heal you. I can't help you. I can guide, or I can help you and guide you. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you wanting to make the change. And we get so caught in this ego that we like literally forget who we are. We think we are our ego. So our ego likes to stay comfortable. Our ego likes to stay in pain. Our ego likes to stay in that fight or flight mode. And I'm sorry, but your spirit wants you to be happy and at peace and be calm. Like, my life just flows smoothly for me now. When things don't go my way, okay, cool. They didn't go my way for a reason. Fine. Something better comes along. I don't worry. I don't stress. I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm not in fear. I'm not in lack. I'm not in anger. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. I want that feeling for everybody. And it's really hard right now with everything going on, and you start to feel separated from some people because you're not on the same wavelength, and it's hard because you want that healing for them, but you can't do it for someone. You can only be that light and be a light worker, and the person has to want to do it for themselves. And again, like I said many times, I've for years been doing healing, you know, Reiki and sound healing and meditation and yoga and plant medicines and all sorts of things. And I always want more because there's always parts of myself that I want to re-meet and heal, things that I didn't even know need healing. There's so many things that happen to you in your life, even from your womb or past lives. Like for me, I'm healing generational curses. I know this sounds a little crazy to people, but that's fine. Doesn't have to sound whatever it is to sound to you. I don't really care. I'm just here to spread a message and have people resonate with me. I was told that I'm supposed to heal generational curses for money and love in my family. My family struggles with money and love, and it makes sense. Unless you really stand in your power and face your fears, things will not change in your life. I didn't used to be able to make YouTube videos. Might seem stupid that I'm sitting here talking to myself, but I had such a fear of speaking on camera, public speaking, because I was bullied my entire life. So I was afraid. The only way to get over a fear is to face it head on. If you're afraid of something, face it. That is the way to heal. If something's bothering you, cry about it, scream about it, talk about it. But if you just bury things way, way deep down, that's where your energy's stuck, and that's where you're blocked, and that's why things aren't progressing in your life the way that they want, because you're not doing the work. So, you know, face your fears. Like, fear is literally in your head, made up. It is. It's not real. And I'm living proof that when you face your fears, your life can change. And it's sad to see what's going on right now in the world, and everyone feeding into the media and the news and all this stuff and delusions in people's heads. And it's hard to, you got to stay away from all that, because that just literally will spiral you down, and it will bring the people around you down with them. Energy is contagious. So if you're sitting around with a bunch of people, the news, and I don't know what's gonna happen, people around you are gonna feed off of that. So be the change. If you're happy and you're in this good energy, people are gonna feed off of that. And people have been flocking to me left and right, where months ago I was depressed and lonely and fear, and I'm like, why don't I have any friends, and no one wants to hang out with me, and no one wants to date me, and no one, blah, blah, blah. No, yeah, because who wants to be around that? No one wants to be around that. People want to be around good vibrations, happy people, and I'm not trying to fight, and we're here to have fun. We're here to have an experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, I choose to have a really good experience. I choose to let the universe flow within me and to trust it and trust the process. And I've been having a good time, even during, you know, the worst pandemic or whatever. I've been having a great time because I've changed my thoughts. I've changed the fear. Turn your fear into faith. I got faith tattooed on my foot years ago, and I never even understood why I got that tattoo. And it's powerful. Have faith. Instead of thinking what's the worst that can happen, think about what's the best that can happen. And yeah, living in fear will do nothing for you. So get out of your head. Get out of your head. Stop living in fear. Do whatever you're passionate about. Who knows? Whatever you want to be, go be it. Go do it. If you don't see the money right away, okay, fine. Trust the process. I'm not making money off of these YouTube videos. I'm not making money off of talking to people all day long. I'm not making money off of, I've been in the studio nonstop singing because I love to sing, and I finally can sing in front of people. I've been in the studio nonstop making tracks, which I'm super excited to announce to you guys because I have a lot of tracks coming out with a lot of my favorite DJs and artists. And yeah, I'm not making any money, but I don't care. It's not about money. I'm living to my destiny, my truth. I'm chasing those passions. I'm facing those fears, and I know the universe will provide. I know I will be abundant because I am doing something for me that I love, and it's going to bring joy not only to me, but to other people. So the fear of money, whatever, the fear of not finding your partner, whatever you're fearful of, don't. Be love, be money, and then you will attract that. Love you guys. Love and light to all.